Welcome to this recorded webinar, How to Coach Remote Teams. My name is Ben Eddy, co-founder at Mobile Practice. Together we're going to cover three main topics. One, what is the impact of an effective manager coach on performance? Two, what are the operational challenges facing these managers out in the field? And thirdly, remote coaching with Mobile Practice. First of all, I'd like to ask the question, what happens after training? Research says that 90% of learning is forgotten after 30 days if it's not reinforced. So the question is, how do you transform training into performance in the field? Well, hopefully there'll be no surprise for you to understand by in-field coaching. Here, managers are best placed to coach their teams. But what is the impact of effective coaching? Well, Gartner, they say that effective manager coach can improve performance by 26%, discretionary effort by 38%, and reduce staff turnover by 20%. Moreover, LinkedIn report state that managers account for at least 70% of employee engagement. So a lot of organizations talk up the role of the manager coach, but many struggle to implement. Why is that? Well, reality is today managers have many tools to measure quantity of activity, tools like CRMs. However, that gives you the volume, but it doesn't provide the quality of the execution. In order to coach, you need to observe. In short, you coach what you see. So we've identified three key operational challenges to observe performance for managers. Firstly, it's time consuming. Time and distance separate managers from their remote teams. Either the need to get in a car, a train, or a plane to go and visit your team member and accompany them. Secondly, there are many activities that keep a manager tied to their desks that do not allow them to go and observe their team's performance. Secondly, there's the problem of information overload. How do you isolate and observe specific behavior in an hour meeting in order to provide specific feedback? Let's take an example. Say I'm a manager coach and I agree with my team member that I want to understand how they use a customer case study when proving a sales argument with the customer. So the challenge is inside the meeting, the customer meeting evolves in a particular way that means that the customer case study is either not relevant, or the team member may have positioned the customer case study, but there was so much that happened in the meeting that neither one of us can recollect in exactly the same manner in order for us to agree on exactly how it was presented. Thirdly, and Gartner states 45% of managers lack the confidence and experience to provide performance feedback to team members. At Mobile Practice, we believe training is a tool for acquiring skills and knowledge, but it's coaching. Coaching is the tool for continuous improvement of this performance. So that's why Mobile Practice is a micro-coaching video and messaging technology for teams to, one, integrate learning with practice, two, empower managers to coach their teams, and thirdly, share great performance with team members. Without pretending to replace face-to-face coaching, Mobile Practice enables a manager coach to create a structured practice scenario based on real business situation that they can share with their team to practice and record a short video response to a single positioning statement, a question, or even an objection. Team members can practice anytime, anywhere, and they can review their own performance before sending their recording to their manager coach for review. This leverages an adult learning theory where repetition and integration and self-evaluation embeds learning and changes attitude. The manager, for their side, they can review the reply as many times as they need before providing a considered feedback with the support of structured evaluation criteria. And then finally, when a team member records a great video, well, The manager can recognize their contribution and share this as best practice with the rest of the team. So that's a little explanation as to what mobile practice is. Let's have a quick dive into some of the key functions and how you're going to use them. Let's imagine we have Julia. Julia's a manager coach and Roman is one of her team members. Here we have the main user interface of mobile practice, and along the bottom you see there are 4 key menus. The profile menu, which is the one that is open, highlights which practices are in progress and completed for a learner and for a coach. Teams, this is where you construct your distribution list for different teams in which you may want to share practices with. Messages, this is where you can create group messages a lot like WhatsApp, except you're within a closed circuit environment where you cannot invite members that do not belong in your organization, and you cannot share content or text or videos outside. Let's now look at the scenarios where the main action happens. So let's imagine Julia's creating a new scenario. So she clicks on new and she's presented with a blank template where she just needs to fill in. It takes 1 to 2 minutes to fill in, which includes the scenario name, a video explanation providing the context to why you're practicing this scenario, a short description, some preparation steps, some evaluation criteria, an end date, and the distribution list, i.e. who is going to be practicing this scenario. Let's have a look at one that we've already pre-prepared. Julia wants to create an evaluation pitch for her team to practice. So here we've got the name. Here you've got a short description where a senior exec asks you what you're doing at their customer. Some preparation steps where asking you to identify the benefits you bring for your customers, how you do that, a proof point, and then you want to finish with an open question. Next, we add the evaluation criteria. The evaluation criteria is important as this is the behavior that you're looking for inside the video and against which the manager coach will evaluate their performance. We add a due date, we add the participants, and we're ready to go. So we then share that with the team members. Roman receives a notification. New scenario. You can see there's 3 lines. There's the instructions, practice, and group chat. The instructions are where the information that we've just entered in for the practice scenario, where they can see how they're to prepare themselves and the evaluation criteria at which they will be evaluated. The practice is the individual feed exchange between a learner and their coach. This is private. And the next is group chat. Here we can have all members that are associated with this group practice can share questions, ideas, thoughts, as well as any automated messages. I'll explain more about that shortly. So here we can see Roman has got a notification waiting for him. He can go and consult that. He can click on the scenario details where he can review what is expected of him, how he should prepare, and then he starts practicing. Practicing means he can click on the video recording icon where he can either go and select a video that is already stored on his device, or he can record inside the application. Recording inside the application allows him to review his video before sending on to his coach. What we typically see is learners will record themselves 4 to 5 times before they're satisfied with sharing with their manager coach. This takes up the issue of repetition and appropriation and self-evaluation, which is vital within adult learning. Once they're satisfied and send it to their coach, the coach will receive a notification. They will click and they can see that Roman has sent them a video and is waiting for feedback. We can also see that Alex hasn't started yet. If we look up on the top, we can see 0 of 2 have finished. There's 1 month remaining, and if required, I can send them a reminder. If I click on send reminder, there is some sample text that you can customize, and then you can send to your users just to remind them that there are X amount of days remaining and hurry up and to send their video. Now, let's go back to the video. Here I can look at Roman's reply. I can review it as many times as I like before evaluating. What I've seen in this instance is Roman has created a really nice intro that I'd like to share with the rest of the team. So I ask his permission to share, and then I can click on the video, and I can either copy the video and send to one person or many people, or I can save it as best practice. Here we're going to save as best practice. So I provide a short name, great intro, and then I save. Again, this will now be sent inside the group chat, notifying everybody that Roman has been selected as best practice. All that remains is for me to evaluate his performance. And here I pick up the evaluation criteria that I defined at the beginning of the process. Once I've evaluated his performance, Roman will be notified. He can click on it and see his evaluation, and he can even see what he thought of the scenario. Here he's not evaluating the coach's performance, but his experience inside the practice. Now, all that remains is for me to show you a little bit about what is available inside the group chat. So here you can see a number of automated notifications. You can see as soon as the first person sends their video, everyone is notified inside the group chat, so they're nudged along. When someone is selected for a best practice video, again, everyone in the group chat is notified, and then you can go and click on the scenario details where that video is stored. Know that you can add as many best practice scenarios as you like, give them different names for different purposes. Again, the first person to complete the scenario, that is notified again inside the group chat to again nudge the group along. And then finally here, you can see that any reminder messages are sent inside the group chat as well as inside the individual group messages for participants and learners who have not sent their videos yet. Again, these are the automated messages, but anyone inside the group can add a message or a comment or congratulate someone for a best practice video inside the group chat. So these are some of the main features that I wanted to share with you inside this short webinar. Just to recap, hopefully what you've seen is how you can practice, how you can coach, and how you can share great performances with team members. So in terms of benefits, from a sales executive, it means that I can practice and perfect my skills when it suits me. And from a manager coach, it means that I can engage, I can observe, and I can coach my team with a simple, structured process. In short, Mobile Practice mission is to enable more teams to practice, coach, and share great performance. So what I'd like to you to take away from this is, 1, managers are pivotal for in-field performance, but they face real operational challenges to observe performance on a daily and weekly basis. And thirdly, Mobile Practice offers a complement to face-to-face and online coaching opportunities. So just to finish, in terms of getting you off on the starting blocks, what you will receive very shortly is a login email welcoming you to Mobile Practice, where you will find an installation, a coach, and user guides. If you need more information, you can click on mobilepractice.io/onboarding videos to see how you can install on Android and on iPhones. And if you need further information, please contact us at contact@mobilepractice.io. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you online very soon. Take care.